Are you a person that don't believe there is a creator for this universe? Or maybe you're a person that believes there is a creator for this universe but don't believe he should be worshipped? Or maybe you're a person that is not sure, maybe there is a creator, maybe there is not. Then you have clicked on the right video and this message is for you. We're not talking about religions here. The question here, whether there is a creator for this universe or not. And if there is a creator, what is the evidence for that creator? So let us answer the first question. Is there a creator for this universe? There can only be two options for this universe to happen, to come about. First, by mere chance. So everything came from nothing. Everything is a coincidence. The second option is that everything had been designed by a designer. Everything had been created by a creator. Now let us explain this a little bit further. So first option, everything came by chance. Everything came from nothing. So imagine if you have a cup of glass and you drop this cup on the floor, break it into many pieces. How likely are these many pieces to be stacked on top of each other? Is it possible?
No.
It's impossible. No matter how many times you drop this cup of glass, they will never be stacked on top of each other. No matter how many times you try over and over and over, you will never be able to get these pieces of glass to be stacked on top of one another. We are not talking about a theory here. We're talking about an actual cup of glass that you see shattered with your own eyes. Imagine me and you are walking in a desert, and while we're walking, we see an Xbox 360 with two controllers. And I say to you, this Xbox and the two controllers formed itself out of earth through hundreds or maybe thousands of years. Would you believe that? Of course not. You would say this guy is drinking shampoo again. You would say that because Xbox is obviously a design, and design is evidence for designer. The Xbox 360 has too many details to be created by itself. It must be created by a creator. It must be designed by a designer. So you see how this doesn't make sense? They say the same thing about this universe of ours. They say that the world came from the Big Bang, and we came from evolution. You see, this creates more questions than answers. They say the Big Bang, we ask them, so where did the Big Bang come from? And who did the Big Bang? How can order come from disorder? In evolution, they say a bacteria became fish, became a dinosaur, dinosaur became ape, became human. So let's just go with it. So even if that happened, how did evolution create male and female? And how did it make them attracted to each other, completing one another, in need of one another? Second, what is the evidence on evolution?
Could you give me some observable evidence that evolution is true? Something I don't have to receive by faith.
Yeah.
Some observable evidence.
I mean, take a look at what happened 65 million years ago.
Hang on, I can't. That's 65 million years ago. Can you think of any observable evidence for Darwinian evolution, a change of kinds?
I haven't seen it myself, but I believe what the textbooks tell me about it, so...
You've got faith in the experts?
I have faith in the experts, yeah. I guess similar to how religious people have faith that God actually exists, I have faith in the experts knowing what they're talking about.
Name one thing that changed from one kind to another.
Could you give me observable evidence, which is the scientific method, for Darwinian evolution, a change of kinds?
I would say
you would find nothing. They would say to you, a bacteria became a different bacteria, but it's still a bacteria.
Look at Lenski's experiments of bacteria then.
So what do the bacteria become?
The bacteria are still bacteria, of course.
That's not Darwinian evolution. That's not a change of kinds, is it?
It is a change. It is a change in the genetic makeup of the bacteria, which
It's
is
still bacteria.
They say in order for me to show you evidence, you must go millions of years ago in order for you to observe the evidence.
hundreds of thousands to millions of years.
So it's quite a long time.
yes,
Millions of years.
yes.
So it can't be observed.
So you want me to just follow you without any evidence? Sounds like blind faith to me.
I'm accepting that they did their science correctly.
I just go on what I've seen and what I've learned from
So
class.
you believe.
Yeah.
You know what that's called?
What?
Blind faith.
Blind faith.
Now let's look at the second option. This world indeed has a creator. Now let's look at the evidence for this claim. So first, order of the universe and laws of the universe. Second, for every creation, there must be a creator. Third, prophets. Look around you. Look at everything in this universe. You would see order. You would not only see design, but you would see laws that governs this design. You would see everything is so systematic. After all, if you leave a cup of coffee on a table for some time, it would become cool. And if you drop your phone, even if it's Samsung, it would fall on the floor. These are laws from the universe. The earth circles the sun, and the moon circles the earth. Each one of them has an orbit, and they will never cross one another. All of these laws are indication of an order in this universe, and laws are indication of a lawgiver. Now let's talk about the second piece of evidence, the law of cause and effect. For every creation, there must be a creator. Look around you, in the heavens and the earth. Name one thing that comes from nothing, that has no creator, no cause. You would find nothing. After all, if I told you this building comes from nothing, you would not believe me. So how do you believe that this entire universe, that this building, the small tiny piece in it, comes from nothing? That's why we say that everything was created by a single creator, including existence in itself. Wait. Let me ask you a question. If he created everything, who created him? Aha! This is an easy answer. He created everything. He created existence in itself. So he's outside of existence. So the laws that he put for the universe do not apply to him. Everything has a beginning and an end. This is the law of the universe that does not apply to him. He has no beginning, no end, nor he's like us. So do not compare him to you, because he's nothing like you. Now the third piece of evidence, prophets. You may be surprised, why did we choose prophets to be evidence for the Creator? Let us see why. Prophets lived in different parts of the world, spoke different languages, lived in different time periods, so they had no links to each other. So we have Moses, lived more than 1400 years before Jesus, spoke Hebrew, lived in Egypt. Then we have Jesus, lived 600 years before Muhammad, spoke Aramaic, lived in Jerusalem. Then we have Muhammad, lived more than 2000 years after Moses, lived in Arabian Peninsula, spoke Arabic. Even though they lived in different places, in different time periods, spoke different languages, yet they told of one another, and they all claim to be sent by the same Creator. So let me ask you this, if you are a fake prophet, and I'm a fake prophet, and I come 2000 years after you. So the first question is, why would I confirm you as a prophet? The second question is, how would I know of you as a prophet? So Jesus confirmed Moses, and Muhammad confirmed Jesus and Moses confirmed David and Solomon and all the prophets before him. So all the prophets confirmed one another. So the question is, how would they know of one another, and why would they speak of one another? Unless they were sent by the same Creator to do the same job. So this is why we say that the prophets are evidence for the Creator. Because can you come up with another explanation why all of these prophets know of one another and told of one another? Other than that all of these prophets had been sent by the same Creator? So these were small pieces of evidence that we gathered for you today. But really there is so many evidence all around us proving to us that there is a Creator for this universe. So in the end, why reject it any longer? You and your father, and what you're wearing, and what you eat, and everything you see around you had been created by a single Creator. So maybe you're saying all these evidence are proof, I'm still not 100% sure. And you're saying I don't believe in God because I don't see Him, I don't feel Him, I don't hear Him. I would ask you this, can you see your brain? Can you hear your brain? Can you feel your brain? Can you touch it? No, you can't. So that means it's not there. Following the same analogy, you're following. But obviously we know that your brain is there. You never really opened your own head to see that there is a brain, but you have seen other people's heads with brains inside. So that tells you what? With everything you need a little bit of faith. So some evidence and a little bit of faith, and now you believe. After all, if I ask you, are your parents really your parents? Are you sure? How can you be so sure? You were not there when they had you, so how can you be so sure? But because they are the ones who raised you, they are the ones that gave you their name, they are the ones that took care of you, you put two and two together and you say, these people are my parents, and there is no other reason for me to think that they're not my parents. You see, a little bit of evidence with some faith, now you believe that they are your parents. We do the same thing with the Creator. A little bit of evidence and some faith, Now we believe that there is a creator. So with all of this, we come to the conclusion that there is a creator for the universe. Stay tuned for our upcoming series on religions, which consists of 5 points. Religions from God's perspective, prophets, books, hereafter, reincarnation, and names of the religions. So that's 4. Whoa, what are you still doing here? Impressive, you made it this far. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like us on Facebook or Twitter. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button.